Welcome to CTR Media Network Live. I am Dr. Tina J. Ramsey, the host of CTR Media Network, streaming live on all major platforms, all right? And so today is Friday, or some of you like to say Friday. With all that being said, we're going to start a little early on today to let you see some of our podcasters and their shows. As I stated before, we go live every day, Monday through Friday, and let you get a peek, get a taste of what's going on with CTR Media Network. For those of you who do not know what CTR Media Network is, we are a marketing and podcasting network that is reaching 350 million global listeners in 47 countries. We specialize in helping entrepreneurs and podcasters grow. All right. And also connecting you with our audience so they can decide, hey, I want to know more. I want to learn more. We also have a variety of different services and packages in the midst of helping you grow. We have coaching, training, products, and services. So if you are a person and you want to learn how to start a podcast and monetize it, we actually have a class, a 21 self-paced video course that you can actually take, and it's currently on sale now to help you learn how to start a podcast and also give you the knowledge on how you can know some things on how to monetize, even if you are a beginner. We also provide homeschooling coaching and resources, okay? So for those of you who have a desire to homeschool, or maybe you are currently homeschooling, but you need resources and support and advice, we have the Homeschooling Now name is updated to the Homeschooling Interactive Magazine, which can be found on Amazon. And for those of you who need a little bit of fresh inspiration, we have inspirational notebooks for you to get motivated by looking at the beautiful covers and write out your purpose. And for those of you who are a business owner and you're looking for something, which I know you are, looking for a way to advertise your business cost effectively with our audience, we encourage you to advertise with us. We have cost effective, friendly packages to fit any budget so that we can get your information out to our audience. And for those of you who want to be interviewed on multiple shows, well, we have you covered. If you want to be a guest on any one of our shows, just simply reach out to ctrmedianetwork.com. That's ctrmedianetwork.com. Let us know your budget, and we will position you on as many podcasts on our platform as possible. And we have more as well. For those of you who would like to become a co-host, we have co-hosting opportunities for you to either co-host one of our current podcast shows that's available, or you can host your own show on our network. Okay, so we have so many different opportunities for all of you to come share, shine, and grow on our platform. And we encourage all of you to hop on over to YouTube and hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so that you will know what's going on with our network and can be inspired and motivated to learn from our experts and our podcasters, along with their amazing guests that comes your way. Again, I am Dr. Tina J. Ramsey, and this is CTR Media Network Podcasters streaming live. We stream Monday through Friday, letting you see our amazing podcasters. And we you can watch our podcasters 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Where? On our website. Just simply type in www.ctrmedianetwork.com. Yes, that's me. This is CTR Media Network Podcasters Live. Check us out. All right. With all that being said, we are going to get started with some amazing stuff. But first, I want you to see all of our amazing podcasters, and we have some more coming out as well. But I want you to be able to see some of our amazing shows. With that being said, enjoy this video. And then after that, we will be getting started with the live. Yes, as you can see, we have our shows currently playing. So get ready to be inspired. Get ready to be inspired. This is actually going down live. This is actually going down live on CTR Media Network as we speak. This is the Geo Monroe Show with special guest Marlene Saunders.
People get intimidated or mad because pre-pandemic when things were good, I was making good decisions, so people were like, wait a minute, you're not going to work, or you're not doing this and that, and they're mad and they get jealous because you made good decisions before, when you're making plans and stuff, and other people, like family members and friends, will like judge you for that, like, oh, how come you have money to do that, or how come you can go on a vacation. So sometimes that comes across, and I feel like it's irritating when you make good decisions with your money, and then other people want to be like, because you have the money, people make you feel like you have to give them some of your money, and you don't. It's not your fault. It's not your responsibility to bail out other people out of their poor financial decisions. That's my opinion. I
Well,
don't think you should have to bail out people, because when I was putting in the hard work and saving my money and not going through drive-through every day, why should I have to bail you out when you were wasting $20 to $30 every day through drive-through? I can't.
right.
That's my
Now,
opinion.
on my, I used to be broke. I mean, I used to live from paycheck to paycheck. Okay, until I made a decision to do something about it. Until I made a decision to work for myself and give myself all the raises that I can give myself. You know, I don't. When I came here to YouTube, I was already successful, but I did not come here flaunting it. Nobody knew. I just came here with the Boss Life Online. I was trying to figure out from you guys how to make money over here. And you'll never know what kind of money I got because I don't flaunt it. And I don't want other people to feel like, oh, she got all of this. No, I don't have. I am not wealthy like I want to be. But let me check with me in 5 years. Yes, I will be wealthy because I believe that's what's going to happen in my life when God moves, and it's just going to happen. Okay, but one thing about me, Marlene, I'm going to still be Geo.
Yep.
I'm still going to be the person that y'all know today. I'm still going to be humble. I'm still going to be a precious child of God because, I could have it today, gone tomorrow.
Yes.
So, but one thing that I can have all the time is me. Okay, and who I am. And that is who I just want to be Geo all the time, straight across the board. When you meet me, I'm going to be the same Geo that you met online. Okay? Yeah. Money don't change me. I've had that way before I came here to YouTube. Okay? And before, I was the same Geo. Why? Because I had great mentors. Okay? And before I had great mentors, I had a great therapist. Who told me that you got to love yourself first and you got to keep on loving yourself. You can't buy love. Okay? So, with that said, if you ever meet me, period, I'm going to be the same every time because I know that money can't buy what I have today. And that's love for myself and love for Jesus Christ. Okay? And for my friends. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it almost brings tears to my eyes because this is what I fought for. Everything else that God has given to me has added on to my life because I fought for it. Okay? All right. So we got about like 5 more minutes here. So let me just see what y'all saying. Frugal Mama, hey, thank you so much for coming. Let me go back and read up here. Lisa B is saying, Angela, you can mentally distance yourself when around her. Oh, Angela was talking about she had a friend that, and she want to argue all the time, and Angela have to distance herself from those people. So And so Lisa B is saying you can mentally distance yourself when around her. She can drain your good energy. You may not want to rethink that relationship. Yeah, you may want to.
Yeah.
Donna is saying, if I may add, you have women jealous that you don't date attractive or entertain dusty broke men. They do. For real, they are jealous because you think you love yourself enough not to do what you don't want to do.
Mm-hmm. You don't lower your standards.
Thank you. Thank you. There you go, Marlene. Donna, no dusty men. No. Geo, in 5 years, remember the little people. Oh, girl, this is one of the things that me and Marlene talk about all the time. When we blow up anywhere, I was telling Marlene just the other day, I don't want to be anybody else but Geo.
Mm-hmm.
All the people, and I'm gonna be very frank and honest because that's who I am too. All the people that were there for me, all the people that supported me on YouTube, okay? All the people that had my back, and no matter how hard I cried to them or what have you, those are the people I'm helping.
Right.
Now, don't think that I don't know what people say because people come back and tell me, but I don't care what they say because I'm on a purpose here. I'm doing what I couldn't do before recovery. I'm not giving you my recovery and I'm not giving you my power. I'm giving you what God has told me to give to you. And in return, I'm getting paid. Okay? Right. And for the people that understand that about Geo, those are the people I'm going to help. So I'm not going to forget about anybody. Okay? Because the more you give, the more you receive. How about you, Marlene?
Well, I always like to say is I remember who I was when I wasn't introduced to confidence and respect. I know what that feels like. And I said, I never want to make another woman or human being feel low like I used to feel. Once you get introduced to confidence and respect and love and all of those things, and knowing who you are and knowing you have not only have a purpose, but knowing you are somebody, that is a very powerful thing. And that's the energy that I like to put out into the atmosphere. Empower other people and let them know that they are somebody as well. And never forget where you came from and use that as a fuel to project you forward and not put others down. And I think that you can't get anything more than blessings for that.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You know, Marlene always breaks it down a whole lot better than I break it down because mostly I'm like raw with it, you know, and I'm like, you know, I just don't understand some things about how people think. But then too, I do understand how they think because some people I used to be and think like that. It's just like what Marlene just said. But when I sit in that chair for 5 years, getting my life together, talking about who I am and what I don't want to be like, and I actually sit there and for 2 whole years of my life cried a river in that chair to my therapist because I could see how dysfunctional my thinking was and how hard I fought for my life. And to have other people still try to tear that down, no, I ain't helping you. Mm-hmm. You need to go do what I did. Go get some help and stop trying to tear me down. Find out what's wrong with you. Find out why I'm so threatening to you. You know, and then you will stop feeling threatening by me. You will want to know, how did you do it? You know, I changed my life. I changed my thinking. You don't have to feel threatened. Get with me. That's what I did. I got with people that I wanted to be like and think like. You know, now God has put people in my life that think like I do, and because we're healthier now. That's Marlene, Tracy Lee, just vlogging life, and a host of other people over there at Team Build with Geo. You know, so I don't feel like I'm crazy no more. Well, how come I think this way and they don't think this? Because a lot of people still is stuck in doing what they always have done and wonder why they're getting the same results. And they can't understand why you're making it and they're not. So they want to be mad at you and feel threatened.
Right.
Okay. Now, let me just read this part and then I'm going to close it down. Why women feel threatened and how to get over it. There is a difference between feeling threatened and feeling intimidated. The difference is fear. When a woman feels threatened, she is afraid that you will take or try to take something she has, including her man, her confidence, her best friend, the role she has established in her group, or something she wants, like a promotion or a future boyfriend. In any case, these threatening feelings usually stem from our own insecurities. People don't fear losing the things that they are secure about. When a beautiful woman walks in the room, we may feel intimidated or jealous, but we won't feel threatened unless we are insecure about our own looks. Feeling threatened can bring out the worst in us. We may shut down or lash out when we let insecurities get the best of us. So if you're feeling threatened by any woman in this chat, if you're feeling threatened by me or Marlene, all I can tell you is God bless you and take a look at yourself. Ask yourself, why am I feeling threatened by Geo or Marlene or Angela or Donna or Delightful Dawn, Eunice, Lisa B. Just ask yourself why. And if you are honest with yourself, you're going to come up with the right words. I'm just jealous because I want what she got. But then the thing to do is don't tear a person down to other women. Get with that person. Hit me
That
up
part.
on Instagram. Tell me, ask me how I did it. And I'm going to share with you, I used to be this.
Come on.
Hey, I am Geo. That's who I am. And I am a precious child of God. Ask me how I made it. Because it was not easy, ladies. And these tears is not about sadness. It's because I made it. I made it. I fought. And for people to tear that down, you're right. I'm going to walk away because I am fighting for my life here. You know, I don't want to go back to what I used to be. How about you, Marlene?
Listen, Gio, I fought, and not just one thing. You know how like so many obstacles come at you when you finally get through one thing, and then another thing hits you, and another thing hits you, and another thing hits you. So it's a constant fight. Every single day you fight to maintain who you are. And other women, when they see you, people don't know that your storms. They don't know what you've been through. They don't know how low you have been, and they don't know what you're going through right now in this moment. All they know is they want what you have. They know they want what you can do. They want to say how you can say it, but nobody can't be me, just like you, Geo. And I've learned that the more that I know myself, we have to know our lane, know what you're good at. Don't be intimidated by another woman. Know your power and your strength and your light. I know what I'm good at, and I know what my lane is. And the more that you continue to go on the path to doing what you're good at, you can't.
Hello and welcome to Reinvent and Rise. I'm Alethea Tucker and I am the owner of this show. I am the host and I bring to you an audience and speakers who talk about issues, talk about finance, career, talk about lifestyle, talk about faith, talk about the things that we as women, women that I like to call risers, those are women who are 45 plus, who are determined to do whatever is needed, whatever is necessary to come and be the best selves that they can possibly be the very best person that they can possibly be. And today I am bringing to you Sheila Farr. I'm going to let her tell you all about herself, but I will tell you that today's topic is gratefulness. As we come up to the holidays, I think it is a topic that is so appropriate, not just for Thanksgiving, but for Christmas always. Thankfulness and gratefulness is always in season. So today I'm talking to Sheila Farr again. She is someone who knows this topic intimately, and Sheila has just done so many awesome things around gratefulness and some other things too that we'll talk about. So help me welcome Sheila to Reinvent and Rise. Hello, Sheila. Thank you so much for being here.
No, Alethea, thank you so much for having me today. I'm excited to be here and especially excited to talk about this topic, something near and dear to my heart.
Yes. Oh my goodness. Absolutely. You know, we met some years ago and wow, I think it's been some time ago that I interviewed you on the podcast. And I distinctly remember having this discussion and the feedback that I received from the audience was just phenomenal. It is something that, you know, people can just relate to. So before we get into that, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Sure. Well, let's see where to start. I think the first thing that I love to start with is that I am actually an eternal optimist. I am always looking for the bright side of the situation or the lesson in the struggle. But aside from that, I'm a business owner. I have a training business here on the Mississippi Gulf Coast where we do professional and personal development classes, health and wellness classes. And lately, I've started writing quite a bit. So had the good fortune over the past couple of years of being an international best-selling author, and absolutely love that.
Yes, that's wonderful. And it's true. I mean, I've seen in your social media posts and various things that you've done, you are doing a lot of writing, and that's wonderful. It's wonderful when you have found your voice and you're willing to put that voice out there, not just for you, of course, but to help others in the topics that you cover. So that's wonderful. And we'll talk a little bit about that a little later too, because I have been fortunate to work on a project with you that involves a book as well. And I absolutely love that. Absolutely love that. So, as you know, we're talking about gratefulness today, being thankful. And, you know, we talk about this frequently. I know I do. However, it is so interesting how we as women, as we get older, of course, the hope and the prayer is that we grow in our faith. And of course, the longer you live, the more you have to be grateful for. So I often tell people that being grateful and kind of putting some thankfulness behind any negative thing that's going on in your life will negate that thing if you really, really start to focus on all the things that you have to be grateful for. And it is one of the main techniques I advise my clients to use in dealing with limiting beliefs and in dealing with, just the whole confidence issue.
Mhm.
It's amazing how far you can get just by being grateful. So tell me a little about your whole campaign around gratefulness. I think that's a good way to describe it.
Well, I would say that gratefulness actually saved my life. A few years ago, I was having just a struggle with maybe that midlife transition that we went into. And I found myself in really kind of a fixed and, oh gosh, a dead mindset. I wasn't grateful. I complained a lot. I found negative things in everything I looked at. And I didn't like myself very much. So, in order to fix that, I had to do something that would turn that whole mindset around. And for me, it actually came through a Facebook challenge. It was during the month of November when people do the 30 days of thankfulness. And I started doing that. I was like, let me just see this. People always do it. I don't felt like I had too much to be thankful for, but I went ahead and started doing that. And around day 8, I found that I really started having to examine my life a little bit closer. The first couple of days were easy. I'm thankful for my job. I'm thankful for my car, those sorts of things. But when I really started having to look and dig deeper, it really forced me to kind of pay attention to my life and be a little bit more intentional about the way that I operated every day. I started noticing things in nature, like the birds singing. I started noticing how incredibly wonderful my family is, and my sweet friends, and all the kindness and goodness that I had in my life. So at the end of that 30 days of gratefulness, I didn't want to stop. I wanted to keep going. So every day I would just go in social media, just list the things that I was thankful for that day. And then you could see things started to get a little bit deeper and deeper and more authentic and more real. And then even giving thankfulness through the ugly times or the hard times or the struggles. It really transformed my life, because it helped me see that even on the bad days, there's still plenty of good that the Lord provides for us if we choose to look for it.
Yes, absolutely. Even on the bad days, And it's funny. It's interesting that you said that, how it saved your life. And I think that is the perfect way to describe how having an attitude of gratitude affects your life. You get to the point, and particularly, the longer, like I said, the longer you live, you realize as you see things that happen and you experience things, and you realize that, well, these things did not happen to me. And I'm just so grateful. I always see different situations and I pray for the person. And then I often think, what would it be like if I had to go through some of those things? I laugh because a long time ago, someone told me, and it's scriptural too, that, of course, the Lord knows just how much you can bear. And, one person's burden is somebody else's, joy to be able to say, I have to deal with that.
Right.
And it is just so mind-boggling sometimes when I look at what many people have to handle. And people tell me the same thing. Oh, I could never do what you handle. But the Lord really does give you the portion that you need to handle the things that you have to handle. And it just makes you all the more grateful. It honestly just pulls your behavior and your attitude all the way around. And I'm sure that's what you've experienced as well, obviously.
It is, and it does. Another thing that I really noticed was what's inside of you spews out in good times and bad. So a lot of times I'll see people that whenever they get shaken a little bit, they profess faith on the outside, but whenever they get shaken a little bit, what spews out is not faith.
It's not.
And that was true for me too. So that was just realizing that and really getting to the root cause of, why am I like that? Or why do I respond in this manner? Why do I not respond with scripture or in faith? a lot of times. It took me a minute to kind of examine that and turn things around. But honestly, once my perception of life coming at it from a place of gratitude and thankfulness changed, all the inside things changed as well too. So it was really the Lord did some major work inside me.
Yes, yes. Oh, surgery, so to speak. Surgery. So tell me some more. So you said that, once you got started and you started seeing these changes, the more you talked about your gratefulness. So then what did that prompt you to do after you finished the 30 days and you continue? What else have you done?
I can tell you, it's a miracle. It truly was. And I love the way God works because he does that for you. And it's just incredible. So after I started listing the thankful things, if I would miss the day, I noticed that people would message me or call me and say, wait a minute, you missed your list. Where is it today? We look forward to seeing that. So that kind of sparked in my mind, maybe I would like to do this on a larger scale. So I started a blog called Thankful and Blessed 365 because I wanted to be living gratefully and thankfully every single day.
Yeah.
So I started the blog back in 2017 and have been doing that since then. But earlier this year, it actually led to a book by the same name. So Thankful and Blessed 365 was out this year. Had a really huge response to that. So we followed that up by another book called A Joyful Heart, which is kind of similar. But really it was, Thankful and Blessed was people looking at their lives and things that they overcome after they applied that spirit of thankfulness and gratitude to situations. A Joyful Heart was really kind of a look at how people live through difficult situations because they have been transformed. So it was really a neat project.
Oh, wow. Oh, that sounds awesome. So 2 books have been birthed out of this whole thankfulness movement that you have. And you do posts on Facebook as well.
Right.
Yeah. So, and you have a Facebook group. Is it for?
We do.
Okay.
So we have Thankful and Blessed. We have a couple of groups now. Thankful and Blessed 365 are the folks who follow the blog and want to interact as well on Facebook. And then for anybody who follows the books, we have an authors group for 365. So it's a little different. So it's a lot of fun.
Oh, that sounds really nice. That sounds really nice. So that people can, that's a way to keep people engaged. People who may just be getting to the point where they realize how important it is to be grateful and may need some support in that arena. Then you have groups who can do that for them. I mean, sometimes it just helps to see other people write down, what it is that they're grateful for. And that often prompts you. I know it does with me sometimes. People will say, oh, I'm grateful for my family. I'm grateful that my kids came home. And I think about, because I have one who's in college. The other one just came back over the summer. She finished grad school. But I often think about, how happy I am when I see them first come through the door. For example, my son surprised me the other day. We're trying to figure out when we're going to go get him. And I came in the door and he was there, and just so grateful thinking about, everybody can't say that they have that experience. So just seeing other people write about that, hearing other people talk about things like that really do inspire you to, be grateful. Just be grateful. So I know that you've written books. What do you think, and I know you say that this has truly, truly changed your life. Do you have what has the feedback been around what you've been doing? Do you have stories that people have told you, experiences that they've had that you can share with us?
Honestly, everything has been a little bit overwhelming because with the first book, Thankful and Blessed, I saw so many people writing into my authors, to the authors. There's an anthology, so to the people who were contributing to that book. we would get such good feedback, and it was beautiful to see those authors connect with a larger audience. And a lot of them were first-time authors, so this is a brand new experience to them. So now stepping back and seeing them step out and do their own anthologies of different sorts, begin businesses based on being thankful and blessed, and joyful even. So it's been a really neat thing to see that. And with a joyful heart, we had, this was something that was just mind-boggling to me. We had a few hospice organizations and various organizations purchase large quantities of those books to kind of pass out to the people they serve. So being part of something like that was just a huge honor, but also was evidence of the way that the Lord will work in your life and pray for good things to happen, because He will do it for you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, and the fact that people are using that as a resource has got to just make you feel so good, knowing that, what made a big difference in your life is now making a difference in the lives of others as well.
Certainly.
Absolutely. Can you tell me, of course, without telling about the book, so that people make sure to get the book, or books, either two. Can you tell me some of the stories that you've heard or that are in the book?
Yes. Some of my favorites are just of people going through difficult situations, and having other people so into them through that situation, and them being so caught up in the negative they couldn't see the positive for a while. So I think of one person who was going through an illness with a family member, and she was really in her mind focused on the finances of that situation. And she couldn't understand how she would maintain that family member once they were discharged from the hospital. She didn't know what next steps she should take. She was just caught up in the worry of the situation. Not knowing in the background that the doctors and nurses that were working with them were actually going in front of them to prepare care and to make sure that they had the supplies that they need and the services that they needed. So this one particular story the title is called Angels Watching. So, and she talks about how the medical staff were actually guardian angels watching out over her, and she was so focused on trying to find a way, and they were providing all the way through, and even after they're at home, and continue to this day, which is some years later, that people are still providing, and the Lord is still meeting needs. And she was so focused on looking for a solution herself that she couldn't see that the solution was already presented. That was one that touches me. Another one is one called Good Medicine. So it talks about how the Lord's word is good medicine to us, and that how we often look at the struggle more than we look at the blessing. And how whenever we're able to shift and change our mindset, how we see that God's word is truly the lifeblood and this water to our souls that we're thirsting for. So just so many stories, so many good stories. One more I'll share because it struck my heart so much. But it was a person talking about how joy and gratefulness was like snapshots of their life. And as they sit now, and I think she's 60 years old, she looks back at these periods as though they were snapshots of their life. And how she had so many blessings and so many things to be grateful for. And just her writing in celebration of those moments. And that was so joyful to me just to read that.
Oh my goodness, yes. I mean, they sound like absolutely beautiful stories, and you can see they're life changing for many people. I think back to things, and I will just share one of my gratefulness stories. Back when I was younger, I was 16, I was in a really bad accident where I was hit while walking by a bus. Yeah, I was 16 years old and really, really suffered some horrible, horrible damage to my foot. And to the point where the doctors weren't sure that they were going to be able to save my foot. They weren't sure that I was going to walk. It went from one thing to the other. And at 16, I believed in God and I was saved at that point. However, of course, my faith has grown since then. But at 16, I just didn't see a whole lot to be grateful for with this awful looking foot that, I just figured it had just really affected the way I looked, the way I walked. And it did. It looked bad. But it wasn't until I got older that I was so, so grateful because I realized that, I still have my life that could have gone another way. I could have been damaged, badly hurt. And even, a more in depth and more hurt, something else could have been broken. And true, it was my foot and it was in really bad shape. I had 5 or 6 different operations. I was in the hospital most of the summer. But I look back on that now, and when I talk to people, I talk about that and I give it as an example of, perseverance and rising above and how God still had favor on my life and, the blessing of being alive. So it's just amazing how you view things, that is just one of my stories of being grateful. It's amazing how you view things, the stronger you get in your faith, and how you realize that even those negative things have a purpose in your life. So you're just grateful for them. Am I really, really happy that I was hit by a bus back then? No. But I'm grateful for the lessons that resulted, because of that horrible traumatic accident. And I don't know if you have a grateful story that you want to share as well.
Honestly, I think just coming through divorce, and coming to the other side of that, which is where I was when I was in that stinking thinking, just attitude thing, but just feeling unloved, unworthy, not good enough, just feeling all those things that were 100% not true, but just looking more at the world and what the world said about me as opposed to what the Lord said about me and the opportunity that I really had, because I didn't feel good about me. I felt rejected. But the beautiful thing about being rejected is that when you're rejected from one thing, you're actually redirected to something new. So it was just me taking the time to see that redirection. So that even though I felt like a failure in one regard, at the same time, it led me to a more beautiful life that was filled with more blessings than I ever could have imagined.
Yes.
So,
Yes. And divorce is an incredibly, incredibly difficult one to come out of, feeling as though you're better for it. It is very, very hard. And it is also amazing as you come out of it and you see the things that God still has in store for you. People often, like you said, think, I failed and this is terrible, I failed me, I failed God, I failed my family. And, it's amazing just to see how God has purpose in that. Even in that, he's got purpose in there. So that's beautiful. That is beautiful. So as we start to wrap things up, if I were a person who really needed to institute more gratefulness in my life, what are some of the things that you would recommend that I begin to do so that I could be more cognizant of those things that I need to be thankful for?
I would say start small and just start looking every day for one thing that went well that day.
Yes.
Just one thing that you're thankful for. It could be anything. But we all have something. We often forget that because we're so focused on the negative. But if you could just start working to change that perspective and look for those good things that happen. That's starting small. That's what I did. Change my life.
Yes, absolutely. And then, maybe like Sheila, you'll get to the point where you just get so enthused about what you're doing and you see the blessings in that, you will just want to continue and go on and on. And you're right, start small. Just write one thing in a journal. I am the worst person with journaling, I have to admit. But I don't even beat myself up about it anymore. But the one thing that I tried to do in the journal every day or every week sometimes when I get to it is I put down something that I'm grateful for. If nothing else goes in there, I put that in there. If I don't talk about my day, if I don't do anything else, I just write down, I'm grateful for this. And then go back and refer to that is what I also tell people. Go back and look at that. Look at what you're grateful for this year, next year at this time.
Right. That's a big
What
one.
are the things that you're writing about? So, but it's wonderful. It's wonderful. Sheila, I am so happy that you came with us today on Reinvent and Rise, and you talked to my risers about the importance of keeping gratefulness at the forefront of their minds. Tell us what you're doing now. Is there anything that you want people to connect with you on? How can we get in touch with you and stay abreast of all that you're doing around gratefulness and everything else?
Well, I would invite everybody to my website, www.gulfcoasttraining.org. Had to stop and think about that. So that was www.gulfcoasttraining.org. Everything that I'm doing is there. There are also some free items that your audience might want to download that have to do with mindfulness and thankfulness to help get them started on their journey. So please visit me there. And what's next for me is actually, I have a new book coming out in January. It's an anthology, a little bit different. It's called Cage Fight. And it talks about the struggle with overthinking, worry, feeling rejected or not good enough that we have in our minds. Not in real life, just the negative that we tell ourselves that sometimes keep us off track or get us off track from where the Lord has us pointed and purpose. So.
Oh, wow. Oh, yeah, that is different. That's a good one. Oh, I look forward to reading that. I do.
It's powerful.
Yes. Now, is this an anthology or is it one that, wow,
It is.
so there'll be a number of stories. That is going to be awesome, Sheila. Now, make sure I have this right, golfcoursetraining.org.
GULF.
So I'm going to make sure that I put that up there, Gulf Coast. All right. Make sure that we get that right. And of course, I hit save and it's just taking forever to save right now.
That's it.
There we go.
Thank you for that.
Technology is still frequently not my friend, but we try. We try. So again, Sheila, thanks so much for being with us today on Reinvent and Rise. And we will definitely have you back. Go visit her website, gulfcoasttraining.org, to find out about all of the things that she's doing, not just around gratefulness, but all of the wonderful things that she's doing, the other things she's doing in the community. And I know that she's speaking as well, and she's also writing. She writes frequently, sharing what she knows, and is very willing to help others to acquire some of the things that she's gotten through the lessons that she's learned. All right. So thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you very much. Good to see you again.
Good to see you. And that is it for today for Reinvent and Rise. Remember to go out, be your authentic self, because there's no one better to be you than you. We'll see you right back here next time around the topics that affect us as we rise. Have a great one.
was not your fault. It was out of your control. You didn't know it was going to happen. You can't blame yourself. You are strong. You are powerful. You are a survivor. You will make it. And I know it hurts. And it's going to hurt. And it's going to hurt some more. But with that pain, turn it into triumph. Don't let it ruin the rest of your life. Don't let it be a burden. Make the best of what you have and survive.
Sunny day, trying to get Sesame. Trying. Listen, they ain't got time for you to be singing Sesame Street. Listen, I'm gonna get to Sesame Street one day. I promise you. That's my biggest dream. Be a star on Sesame. Well, if you dream it, you can do it. Exactly. So, what's going on, y'all? How y'all doing today? I'm back, and I am Maureen, last name Ing. That's right. Yeah, we know your name is Maureen, last name Ing. That's right. What y'all do today? I went outside and I played and had some fun and everything. And guess what, y'all? I'm a photographer. And I took a picture of my adopted family. Bruh, you're the one that's adopted. What? I adopted you. Wait a minute, I thought I adopted you. No, I adopted you. Yeah. Wait a minute. So you mean to tell me you get a tax write-off with me? Yeah. So tell me, how much do you get? Well, you take the 5 divided by 3, and you can't. Wait a minute, man. I'm not talking to you about that. I'm just saying. It's not about that. It's just about, love and affection. Well, with your love and affection, how much money you get with that affection, it don't matter. It don't matter. Can you please get back to the story? Okay, we'll talk about this later because I want my piece. Anyway, like I was saying, I took some pictures of the family and I want y'all to check it out. So what you got to do is, you see the title above, Entrepreneurs Today. Well, you look that up. I'll probably post a link to it, but you look it up and you will see the pictures that I took. And I think I did all right. Yeah, well, I think you did okay too. But your picture, you looked kind of big. Did you try that Weight Watchers cream? Why you trying to air my business out there again? I'm sensitive about my weight. It's a heavy burden. No, you just heavy. Man, if you don't be quiet, I will underdot you. That's a low blow, even for a puppet. Y'all, anyway, go check out Entrepreneurs Today. And I haven't uploaded them yet, but I'm going to. Why you telling the people to check it out? Listen, we know people around here slow. It will take them a minute to do that. Word. 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 You get that? Man, I guess it's kind of. Wait a minute, I got something for you. Here you go. Here, hold on to that. Now, what's this? It's the L again. You take that L. Y'all, check it out and see my pictures. And if you like it, leave a heart. If you don't like it, get the stepping. Man, you can't be mean to them on the television, stuff like that. That's not nice. Hey, it is what it is. See, that's what's wrong with folks now. They get easily offended, and when they get out in the real world, they bruise. Man, what if anything else, I got to eat. You got to eat. That's what I said. I got to eat. It looked like you already been eating. Shut up. We leaving. Tell them bye. All right, y'all. I'm about to leave. Hope y'all have a good day. Peace out. Man, you need to lose some weight, man. We still on camera. Oh, I'm sorry. Bye, y'all.
Sense. I can't believe that everybody outside playing, having a good time, drinking their juice and stuff, and I'm stuck in here. No. I want to go to Sesame Street. I want to talk to Big Bird, Snuffleupagus, Elmo. That's my dude. That's my dude. I'm just saying, I'm gonna get me a ride to get up out of here. Man, I'm trying to tell you, man, this don't make no sense. They trying to keep me locked up. I ain't doing that thing, man. I'm gonna grab the keys and go down to Sesame Street and hang out with Elmo and the crew. Word to you, man. I'm just gonna have me some fun, and I'm just gonna. Everywhere. I'm gonna be balling up in here. Watch this. It's about to be that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, it's gonna be it's gonna be it's gonna be on. Yeah, I'm gonna get this ride. Wow, look at this steering wheel. Man, I'm trying to tell you, this thing is hot. Man, got the goodies over there, the goodies over there. Wow, oh my goodness. I'm about to burn Sesame Street up. Wow.
Yeah. Hey, where you at? Where you at?
This what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Sunny days going to set.
Bruh.
What?
Bruh.
Look, is
Are
that what
you
you think? No.
serious?
I was looking for your weight to watch the
Bruh.
screen. I was looking for your weight to watch the screen.
No.
Please, you gotta believe me.
No.
I'm just playing, man. I'm just playing. Yo.
Bruh, what are you doing in my vehicle? I know you ain't in my vehicle. Who told you to do that? You know what? Get out right now. This ain't gonna happen. No.
Listen. I was just in here trying to find your weight watching cream. I know you done gained some weight, and you was just trying to, and I was just trying to.
On me. Let go. Let go. Let go, man. I'm a.
Hello, everyone. I'm Kim Jacobs, host of The Kim Jacobs Show, where we're bringing balance to the world one household at a time. Listen, we go live every weekday, Monday through Friday at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I bring guests on that talk about their backstories, things that they've had to overcome to become who they are today. Many of them are balancing and juggling life, and they've become experts in different fields. So they're sharing tips with you to make your life just a little bit easier. Many times as a guest in the studio audience, you'll get a chance to walk away with a missing piece of the puzzle that might be missing in your life. Let's go on this journey together, and I look forward to seeing you Monday through Friday at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on The Kim Jacobs Show.
You're watching Kim Jacobs Show.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to this episode of The Kim Jacobs Show. How are you, Coach Ken, over there?
Fantastic. How are you looking so lovely as usual?
Thank you so much. Glad to have you with us today. As you all are coming into the virtual studio audience, keep in mind that Coach Ken Canyon is our relationship expert, and he's coming on today to talk about just overall challenges that relationships face. And we're going to hear a lot from you all throughout today's discussion. So make sure you put your comments, your thoughts, you share the broadcast, invite your friends to be a part of the discussion. And we're going to deep dive in this topic today. Relationship challenges. What are they? What causes them? And what are some solutions for them? So Ken, I have actually like a list of some of them that Cassandra, one of our team members, had pulled from. It was like a coaching online. What was it? Coaching-online.org gave 13 different reasons why most relationships fail. And this is according to a 2020 survey that 56% of US adults believe in soulmates. And then there are many that obviously relationships suffer. And they gave 13 reasons why. So I thought if we kind of talk from some of those, we might be able to have a roadmap. What's your thoughts?
Well, I mean, we could talk from those. I have my own as well.
Oh, good. Okay, let's talk from yours then.
I mean, from my experience, I mean, you know, I'm getting my camera ready, so I know we're gonna do some good stuff here. So I want to record it. I record it anyway, so I can make sure that we can, you and I can, you know, do what we do. So okay. Yes, I believe that there are some fundamental reasons why relationships, the challenges relationships face now in our modern day, and people think that it's different than, you know, it used to be when people used to stay together for 40, 50 years. And I would submit that human psychology is the same. I think that what's different is the environment that we live in, and the environment is different, but the psychology of human beings are the same. And so we're going to discuss a lot of that today.
Okay, so the psychology of human beings is the same no matter what environment we live in. So it's a matter, in your opinion, of the psychology, right?
Right. Well, I mean, a lot of what it is, it's my opinion based on actual coaching, actual studies, actual whole bunch of stuff. But the reason I don't like a whole bunch of studies and stuff, because you can skew a study towards the way you want it to come out. If you ask the questions a certain way, if you formulate it a certain way. So what I try to do is take real life situations from real life people, what they're thinking, and what caused them to get where they are. That's part of my endeavor.
That's good. I love that, because so basically what Ken is also saying here today is that if you all want real life, in real time solutions and suggestions, then make sure that you go ahead and put those in the comments section. Your questions, your concerns, your thoughts. It may not even be about you. It may be a friend. You know how people say that, a friend.
Like a friend wanted to know.
My friend over here wanted to know. So make sure we take advantage of all of that. Let's go to some of the studio audience comments right from the beginning and see who's chiming in, and we can see what we can come up with here. Charitable Farmer says hello. Angela, I see you saying good afternoon. I see you, Cool Gamer, saying hi down there. Do you believe that God wants you to help people? Does the God you believe in want you to help people? Absolutely, God.
Absolutely.
People to help people for sure. I believe that. Yes. Then if yes, somebody said help Ukraine. And Charitable Farmer said, please, everybody, help Ukraine and what they're dealing with. And that is a very devastating situation. We know that. And we are praying for Ukraine and definitely supporting all different types of endeavors that help fund the situation that's happening. I'm very, very unfortunate. Yes, I see you, Bay Kang, saying hello. And let's go to, let's see here. Hello, everyone. MD Alaman, I see you. And Pamela says hello. Any questions, you guys? Any questions, comments, thoughts regarding today's topic, which is focusing on what causes the challenges in relationships? I see you, Mom, as well. And speaking of Mom, guess what? Today is Respect Your Parents Day as well.
Oh, awesome.
National Respect Your Parents Day. So,
well, and it's funny, we have to think about it. We have to do a day where we have to say respect our parents, and that's crazy, isn't it?
Isn't that alone just insane?
That is alone insane.
Our parents.
Yeah, right. I know, right? But at least we
have a day to
bring
recognize
awareness to that, so it's cool.
Yeah, thank God we have an official day. So, Mom, I respect you, I honor you, I love you, I cherish you, I thank you for all that you do. And whether you did these things or not, I still love you. So I'm just honored to have you as my mom. Yes, I see all of your comments. Okay, we're going to go right into what is a good relationship, Lorraine asked. What is a good relationship? That's the first question.
Okay. So what is a good relationship? And I think, and I'm glad you started with that question, because and it kind of goes into my list. A good relationship is where both parties feel mutually respected. Both parties, because a lot of times people think it's all about love, and it's not. Love is simply an emotion. I mean, the feeling of in love is an emotion that we feel based on hormones. To me, love is based on commitments. Love is based on, they say love is an action word. I truly believe that. It is based on how committed we are to each other, because the feeling of in love comes and goes based on our hormone release, but my commitment never leaves. Some days my wife probably doesn't like me, but she always is committed to me, and I'm always committed to her. And so I think what happens a lot of times is, I was reading a book recently, because I'm always studying, trying to get better at my craft and what I'm doing. And the author said that in his whole objective is to keep couples come to him when they're about to get divorced, when they're having problems. And his whole objective is, how do I get that feeling back that you had, right? That feeling of I'm in love. And I thought about that. He said, because most people say when they come to him, they say, I am out of love. All right. Now, and I want you to think about that. Okay. I am out of love. Well, what they're really saying is I'm out of that emotion that I felt. Those hormones aren't released in me. Now, I get it. There are some things that perpetuate that. However, what they're also saying is I'm out of commitment with you. I'm no longer wanting to commitment with you. And that is the deeper situation. That's the deeper thing that people don't want to really deal with, because love is about commitment. It is not just about feelings. So to answer your question, I think a great relationship is based on mutual respect, mutual core values, and also mutual goals, mutual relationship goals. Now, individually, we may have different goals. However, but as far as our relationship goes, our goals are congruent.
I love
and
it.
that, I feel, makes a great relationship.
I think 100%, Ken, I agree with you, and we're on the same page. So usually I have something as a rebuttal. But
wow, we're on the same page, Kim, already?
Already, I put the white flag. I surrender. I totally agree with everything that you just said.
That's not usual, but okay, we'll make it work.
Oh, but the thing is, here's some controversy for you right here. Lorraine says she's 73 and her friend is 53. Please speak to that.
Well, I don't think that's controversy at all. Oh. I think what Lorraine has done is, I think Lorraine has said, okay, I'm going to start the controversy.
Okay.
Let me start the controversy. As a relationship coach, you will never hear me say two things. You will never hear me say something is good or bad. You will never hear that. All right, because what's good for Kim may not be good for Kim.
I agree.
You will never hear me say something is right or wrong. See, when we come from that perspective, what we're doing is making a moral judgment about the people and their actions. And so the reason my coaching works is because I only say two words. Is it working or not working?
Oh, so I would say, let me add something. Is it working for you? This other thing that I would say.
Sure. No, I agree with that. That's what I mean when I say, is it working for you and for the relationship? And obviously, Lorraine says, this works for me. This works for our relationship. And so I have no problem with that. I have no problem at all with that. So yeah, I'm super happy that and I think that society has put this stigma out there of what a relationship should look like. That's why I got 7 things challenges relationships face, and one of them is the stigma that other people face on your relationships.
That's good. I love it, Ken. And so from your perspective as our relationship expert, you're saying that a 20-year difference in age is not something that is anything one way or the other from your coaching perspective.
Does it work? If it works for them, no. If it works for them, see, the only problem comes in is when it ceases. I always say the problem comes in when the relationship ceases to do what it was designed to do. And the relationships are designed to do 2 things for me: help you grow or help you heal. Those 2 things. And how you do that within the relationship is entirely up to you. But the relationship's purpose is to help you grow or help you heal.
Excellent.
And see, a lot of people, and here's the problem that a lot of people have. People think that I have to be totally healed to be in a relationship. That is not true. You can actually get healed. You can start the healing process. I think you should be on your healing journey prior to getting in a relationship. But I truly believe that God will put people in your life that will help you solidify the healing process. Because here's the thing, in the relationship, you ever notice, Kim, a lot of times the things you need to work on the most, the people closest to you in your relationship are the things that bring out that stuff the most.
Yeah.
Like if you need to work on communication, they're the ones who
make you communicate. You be like, right. I don't like to do this. But yeah, you have to do it in that situation. Yes, I agree. And you know what? The young lady said that she appreciates it. That's great. It is working for them. And she wants to thank you she said, yes, this is working for us. Lorraine, glad you got your answer already. Keep your questions coming in. Yes, the views that we expressed on the show are our personal opinions, not that of the actual.
Why do you always have to put the views up with me?
That's Mackenzie's backstage. She's going to do that.
I watch your show and I never see that come across.
You when I'm on watch the Kim Jacobs show because it does come across.
I just don't see it.
Between you and my bestie Sean, we have to at least pop it up one time because Sean is always talking about politics.
Oh yeah, I love Sean. So that's how we met, because of Sean. That's how you and I met. That is cool.
That's funny. Okay, you can take it down, Mackenzie. Anyway, another thing that someone said, Eugene says, hello, doctor. Hello, ma'am. I saw this topic and stopped my research. What's the place of physical features, skin complexion, height, body shape, etc., and engaging in a loving relationship? Your thoughts?
That's a great question. So here's what I'll say. I'll say that everybody has preferences. Every human being has a preference of what they like. Be it man or woman, they have a preference. Now, here's what I will tell you is this. I will say that love has no bearing on the way a person necessarily looks. Now, let me explain. Now, what a physical appearance does is engage you. It will attract you. Okay. Now, in your physical appearance, whatever will attract you, but it does not keep you there. Because there are people who have beautiful complexions, body, and all of that, and you find out that you're not compatible. What actually keeps you there is when you are engaged with this person, because now you're attracted, all right? But then you're engaged in this person, and now there's an emotional connection based on core values, based on beliefs, based on whatever it is you believe. So to answer your question, the physicality of a person may add to that process, but it doesn't solidify the process in any way, form, because what happens is if you get with a person based on how they look and beauty, that exterior stuff, it is not internal. All of that is external. And I assure you, as that fades, as that changes, because what will happen is you'll see the person when they're not all dolled up and all of that. If it was based on just that, then the relationship is superficial, honestly. If it's just that, then it's superficial. And it never lasts. That will never last.
That's good. That's good, Ken. And on top of that, because of any physical thing that may have drawn you to that person in life, there are things that change physically from a perspective of even medically. Somebody, if you were attracted to them because they had huge bosoms, breasts or something, then at the end of the day, if they experienced cancer and had to have breast surgery or breast removal or something, then do you not care for that person anymore? So it's a lot of different factors that may be like physical attractions, that something happens in life that changes that. You may like the way the person walk, or if they have MS and they're in a wheelchair, different things that come about in life that's way beyond our circumstances or our control, then that shouldn't, in my opinion, change the love that you have for the individual, you know?
Well, that goes back to my point. If that changed the love, then there was no love.
There was no love anyway. Yeah, I'm saying what you're saying. I'm just answering the person's comment and then from my perspective too. So it's exactly saying everything right now, everybody, just so we know, everything that Ken is saying as the relationship expert, Kim Jacobs from the Kim Jacobs Show right now, I'm agreeing with it, but not all of it. Let's be clear, because some stuff Kim be saying, I be like, wait, what? Oh, I don't believe that. I don't agree with that at all. So it's just we have our own theories and thoughts on things. I agree, but I want it all. I want to look at my man and think, look, and like looking at my man, basically, is what she's saying.
Sure.
Who doesn't?
I agree. You should. I agree. But here's the thing. If it's only the looks and not the connection, that won't last. So yes, I agree that you should get it all. You should have an emotional connection and you should have a physical connection as well, liking the way you look. Absolutely. That's ideally what people want.
Of course. But there are people too, Ken, that, and at least I've witnessed this, people that something physically may not be attractive to other people, but to that person is a very attractive situation. And it's all kind of handicaps and disabilities and things that are out here in life, and we know that they exist. But then for many reasons, there's true love associated for them and their situations too. So I believe God has somebody for everyone. That's what I believe.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're right. I think That's why we don't all like hamburgers. We don't all like steak. We don't all like fish. That's why we live in a diverse society where with diversity. It is amazing. The other day I was at the gym and I was telling somebody, I was telling someone, I said, and this was after workout, and I was looking around, my mind just goes off sometimes. I was like, God is amazing. And he was like huffing and puffing. He was like, I was like, think about it. Look at all these people. Billions of people have lived, and none of us look the same.
That's right.
I mean, that none of us look the same.
It was one that was designated to create you, and there's no other you on this earth. You made it. You made it through all of this farm sinking and swimming around, and here you came to be in existence. I love it. I love it.
It is amazing. So yeah, I agree. I definitely agree. And luck. You know.
Well, Cynthia says that, hey, I want to admire him too and think that he's smart as well. All right. Okay. We hope we answered your questions. Make sure you all stay connected with Coach Ken Canyon and tell them how they can stay connected with you before we take this commercial break.
You can stay connected with me at pretty much all of the social media platforms. Just put Coach Ken Canyon in and I'll pop up, and I'm on everything and I'm everywhere. And on the Kim Jacobs show, I'm a little milder than I normally am. So be prepared to, I'm gonna give it to you straight. But some people like it, some people don't. But either way, you're gonna learn something.
You're gonna learn something from Ken Canyon, that's for sure.
Either way, yes.
Okay, so Ken, I know you said you had your own kind of talking points today.
Sure.
What's the next one that you want to talk about when we come back from the commercial break?
Okay.
Then that'll give people, just say the point, then that'll give people a chance to throw some comments out in case they want to have something specific about it.
So okay. So these are in no particular order. The first one is stop getting advice from broken people.
Oh, okay. So stop getting advice from broken people. When we come back, we're going to hear what Coach Ken means by that. Is that fair? All right, take his contact information down first, Mackenzie, and then you can go to commercial break. Stop getting advice from broken people. Right after this commercial break, we'll be right back. Wow. I can't wait for us to hear what that's going to be about. and chime in, everybody. So we'll be right back.
It's not just another day. It's a brand new day, full of all the fun, love, and laughter you and your family create. Silver Shield Security understands feeling at home means feeling safe and happy. No credit checks, no contracts. We offer payment arrangements, and we'll even give you a free door camera. Find out how we can brighten your day even more at silvershield-security.com. Silver Shield Security.
All right, everybody, we're talking with Coach Ken Canyon, our relationship expert here on the Kim Jacobs Show. Listen, stop getting advice, according to Coach Ken, from broken people. What are broken people? Who are broken people?
Stop getting advice from broken people. So, I coach a lot of people, and what happens is a lot of times people do things that are contrary to what they desire. And so they'll get advice from their girlfriends, and their girlfriends say, girl, if it were me, I would leave his blank alone. If it were me, or call him. You need to call him because he's thinking about you. And I often ask them, I say, well, are they in a great relationship? They say, well, no, they broken up 3 times, or one of them is seeing a married guy. And I said, you're getting advice on how to be whole from a broken person. I said, it's almost like this. It's almost like me attempting to be a millionaire and getting advice from somebody who's in poverty. Now, I know there's some value in what not to do. I get that. We do a lot of that.
Yeah.
But the truth of the matter is, you want to get advice for someone who has done the thing that you want to do, who is accomplishing the thing that you want to accomplish. Not your girlfriend who is seeing 3 guys and she doesn't know neither one of them want her, or the guy who is smashing everyone. No, you want to get advice from people who have. And let me keep it real. I'm going to be controversial. There are a lot of relationship coaches out here, right? And they're trying to tell you what to do. but they don't have the thing that you want. They don't have a great relationship. They wouldn't know a great relationship if it slapped them in the face. And so they're trying to tell you what to do, how to have a great relationship, how to do this. It doesn't make any sense. And so you're getting advice on how to have a healthy relationship from someone who is in an unhealthy relationship. Now let's think about the practicality of that. Let's think about what that truly means.
Right.
That is ludicrous at the end of the day.
Okay, there you have it. Look, don't get advice from people that haven't done what they're trying to teach you to do, basically. So make sure that if they're teaching you how to have an effective relationship, an effective marriage, a long-term marriage, then that they've been married long-term as well, is what Ken is kind of saying, right? But people that have been married for long times may not necessarily have effective relationships that they can teach other people about, but they know that, not the other people that's looking from the outside, if that makes sense.
I never said that.
You didn't. I saw you look up.
I never said that. You said that.
You know what? I saw you look up in the corner like, that is not what I said.
That's not what I said. Because there are a lot of people who have been in long-term relationships that are not successful. Their relationship is not a happy, healthy one. They stay together for whatever reason, but it's not a happy, healthy relationship.
Well, see, now Mackenzie's putting up the views expressed. Really, it probably is say the views expressed by Kim do not always reflect the views that are that are reflected by Ken. Because Ken, when I say something as a recap that Ken really didn't say, look at his face. He's looking up in the ceiling like, oh God, do I bust her? Do I?
No.
Oh my goodness, not oh God, but oh my goodness, do I bust her and say I did not say that, or do I just go with the flow on her show because I did not say what she just said? Okay. Listen, people said right. I see you, Felicia. You said right, and also facts. Somebody said facts as well. Janisha said these are all facts. If you all want to come on to the broadcast and ask any questions, feel free to click on that link or cut and paste it in your browser. It'll bring you into the broadcast. Once you come on, you'll be able to ask your question quickly, and Coach Ken Canyon will be able to hopefully address it for you. Someone said, Demetrius, thank you, Mackenzie. Demetrius says, I feel like some women want a man as a loaded baked potato, but only offering the cream cheese themselves. And then I can see his like profile picture. He like this.
Right. He like, yeah.
Yeah, he like, yeah. Now speak to that, Ken.
He's telling the truth. He's telling the absolute truth. Some people, and so let me cause some controversy. Okay. All right, Kim. So I put up a video that got 100,000 views, and the video said 2 of the worst phrases that destroys relationships. And I said that women say, all right?
Okay, wait, before you say it, I wonder, does anybody, because I don't know it, so.
I'm gonna say it, but this one was, I did 2 videos. This one said the one phrase that I'm thinking about. This one said the one phrase that destroys any potential for a relationship. One phrase that women say, and I got a whole bunch of backlash. But people were like, that makes sense. I'm gonna let you try to figure it out.
Okay, y'all. Okay, one phrase that women say that destroys any chance. It kills any chance of a relationship. What is that one phrase from anybody that's in the virtual studio audience? Let's see. Anybody? What's that one phrase that a woman says that just kills a relationship? Put that in the comment section. I don't even know. Let's see.
And it's probably not what you think. I mean, it's probably not what a person thinks. But I'm telling you that, oh my goodness.
Leave me alone. Somebody said, Lizette said the phrase is leave me alone. Okay, no, that must not be it, Lizette.
You don't want to be bothered, right?
Lorraine says, I love him.
Like when you say I love him, it destroys. Okay, nah, that's not it.
You say I love you, it destroys? That's
I don't get that one. All right, I don't know.
What are you doing for a living?
Nope.
Nicolette says.
Not the phrase. Not the phrase.
Deborah says, she's like, what do you own? That's a good one.
Okay. All right.
I don't need a man.
That's the second phrase. That's not the first one. That's the second one. That is good, Juanita. When they say I don't need a man, that is the second phrase. When I say two, that's the second worst phrase.
Oh, here's another one. Somebody said, okay, I am an independent woman.
Now that's not the phrase. That's not the phrase, but that can hurt. Okay. Juanita smart.
I don't care. Is what says. I don't care. How much money do you have? Lorraine says. No sex until we're married. That's not the man saying what he thinks kills.
That's not the phrase, but no, I get it.
I'm single by choice, Juanita said. There's a lot of y'all putting comments. We can't go quick enough. Let's see. Are you seeing any of these, Mackenzie? I don't need you. I don't need a man. I'm single by choice. I make more money than you. Deborah says all kind of comments. So.
Okay. All right.
What's the answer?
Okay, here's the answer. The first worst phrase that I hear that will virtually destroy any relationship is, I ain't gonna teach a man blank. When people say, I ain't gonna teach no man that, he needs to know I already know how to do that. Like when they say, I ain't gonna teach no man how to open my door. I ain't gonna teach no man how to do this. I ain't gonna teach no man how to do that. That is the worst phrase that kills them.
Can you type that too, Mackenzie? The worst phrase to say, according to Coach Ken, the worst phrase to say to a man is, I am not going to teach you that. Fill in the blank.
A man blank, whatever it is.
I'm not going to teach a man, and put an underline, blank.
Right. That's the worst phrase. And do you want to know why?
Why?
Because of this. When you start the conversation with what you're not going to do, number one, you create what is called resistance. Okay. And what you do is you create a barrier to the relationship progressing. That's the first thing. And so now everything you do comes from the lens of I'm not going to. Not I'm going to do this. Now you come from the lens of I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do that. That is what we call negative energy that is facilitated in the relationship. Okay. The second thing is this. The most important reason why is a man that comes to you does not know how to love you. You make the assumption that he already knows how to love you. Because some women say he should know to open my door. Well, what if he has never been taught that? What if in his last relationship that was not important? But it's important to you, but you don't tell him. And so you don't teach him how to love you. You don't train him how to take care of you. You don't teach him. And so whenever you say, I don't have time, I ain't going to teach a man this, or I ain't going to teach a man blank, what you're really saying is, I don't have the time to teach the man how to love me. And no man comes with the manual how to love Kim Jacobs, unless Kim Jacobs is the teacher or the facilitator or the professor of that love. And so when you say that, not only do you create negative vibration in the relationship, but then you get mad and you create a situation where the person doesn't know how to love you. You make the assumption that they do. And when we make the assumption that they do, that now the relationship has no chance. It has no chance.
That's really excellent feedback. And you know what? It actually really goes back to my childhood. There was a young man I was dating when I was younger, and I thought the world of him. I mean, I literally thought the world of him. And I thought, he thought the world of me too, And we had a great relationship. Everybody in the community just knew we were going to get married. We were together and, just thought it was going to be a wonderful love affair forever. But one thing that he would not do was open my car door for me. And I was like, why he will not open up my car door? Never talked to him about it. Never had any conversation with him about it, like talking about it. But fast forward, ultimately, the person I ended up marrying was the person that would open a car door, would do this, would do that, all of these wonderful things that I looked for in an individual. But I'm saying that to say right now, as you're talking about this from a coaching perspective, I think this coaching is paramount, is critical for people to know about because it can change the trajectory of a person's life. So if you all are looking to have some good coaching, make sure you check out Ken Canyon and some of the things that he's saying, things that may not be even at the forefront of your mind, because that particular relationship could have been a wonderful relationship, but who knows?
Right? Who knows?
Who knows?
Who knows? And
all because of a car door.
Because of a car door. But you understand what the car door represents. It's not the car door. What you create in your mind is a scenario that says this person, because they didn't open my car door, cannot meet my needs.
That's exactly
that's what you're saying subconsciously. And then subconsciously, when you come to the conclusion that a person cannot meet your needs, the relationship is over. But even though you have not articulated what your needs are, it is the craziest thing in relationships nowadays that I just don't understand it. But well, I do understand it. We've never been taught. We've never been equipped.
Because some people know every trick of the trade in the book, and they know open the car door, do this, pay for the bill, do this, and then they still gaming you. So at the end of the day,
that's why you need Coach Ken's training, because I'm coming out with a new course to show you how to stop the proven formula on how to stop picking the wrong guy.
How to stop picking the wrong guy, y'all. You got to come and talk about that here on the show.
I'll talk about that. I took a sabbatical from my group coaching for 90 days. I have been working on it. I'm about 4 weeks into it now. I'm going to show picking the wrong dude, and then they get into, they don't want to take responsibility for it. So what they do is blame everything on the guy, but they don't take any responsibility that they got enamored. They look past everything that he was doing. They enabled bad behavior and all of that. And then you want to blame the dude. Nah, we're not
blame the dude is what you're saying.
Yeah, we're not doing that.
Hear that course.
Well, it's coming.
It's
the proven formula, stop picking the wrong guy. But my method, you know me, Kim, my methodology is different. You know how I think is different. That's why I've had so many results, because what I do, I approach it from a psychological vantage point, not an emotional one. And so when I show you how to do it, then you're like, okay, it makes sense. Just like the whole thing about what I was telling you about the phrase. I'm not going to teach any man. That's just that phrase alone.
That's a good phrase to not embrace. I'm not going to. Cynthia says, but some men don't want to learn how we feel loved. Some
women don't want to be learned. So I could counter that saying some women don't want to know how a man wants to be loved. You're right.
That's a good point.
And people, and so we could go, okay, what she just did, I understand that, but what she just did is what everybody's doing now. Everybody, and that's on my list. They're blaming the other sex for them not wanting to look inward.
That's good. That's good, Ken. Okay, you get ready to drop. So I can tell you've been in some kind of retreat or something.
I'm telling you, hey, look, God, me and God been communing.
Huh?
God and I've been communing. I mean, listen, this is ministry to me. I know I'm a minister that curse. I get it. I'm like Peter. I'm like, hey, listen, I'm not gonna curse on your show.
She might bring me some oil. I just gonna put some crystal oil, not no olive oil, not no canola oil. I'm gonna get the thick lard and just dab it on that head over there. Go ahead.
Oh, hey, I told God when I started doing this, I said, God, if I can't be real about it, I don't want to do it. I just don't want to do it if I can't be real about this. And yes, I am married 20 years. I got a wife, a side chick, and I got a girlfriend. All in one
wrapped
woman.
in one. Her name is
all wrapped in one woman.
And Yan.
Yeah, hey, listen. And me and her, we were having fun this morning talking about the show. And she's my best friend. And I've been married 20 years. And 14 years ago, I was headed to divorce court. So I understand what it takes to stay married. My wife is my business partner. And listen, I'm not that guy. I'm the guy that years ago, before I used to got married, I was the guy that told lies. I was the guy that was trying to get with every woman I could. So I've been on both sides of the spectrum.
So
I know what a man of no integrity is like. And I know what a man of integrity is like.
Say it again.
Huh?
You know what a man of the integrity is? Say it again.
I said, I know what a man of no integrity is, and I know what a man of integrity is. I've been on both sides of the coin. So when I come out here and say, like, dudes might be like, well, no, I was the dude, and I'm not gonna promote or propagate what I did. I lied, hurt, broke feelings. I'm slick, and the things that I did, guys out there doing. So I talk about those guys. I was like, listen, but when I decided that my purpose was bigger than sex and doing all this other stuff, I decided, listen, I don't want to live like that anymore. And I'm not going to live like that. So nobody can come back and say, I'm not a man of integrity. You will not find a woman out there that says, I'm in her DM, I'm sleeping with her, I tried to get her. You won't find that. You won't. So I don't worry about that.
Wow. Okay. And before we go to the next question, I wanted to ask you, what made you come to, I would say, come to Jesus moment type of thing, that I'm not going to be that guy anymore? What made that happen for you?
So there were two incidents. Okay. There were two incidents. There was one incident in my life. I call them C moments. A C moment is a significant emotional event. It's an event that actually alters your life in a significant way. Doesn't have to be big. It just has to be significant. There were two events in my life that altered my my thought process. One altered my thought process in coaching couples, and then one altered my process in thinking and coaching women. So let me tell you, I'm only going to tell you one of the stories. The other story, I think I told you the $7 saved my marriage.
Yes.
I told you that story. That's how I got into coaching couples with my wife.
Oh, good. Okay.
Yeah, but let me tell you the single story. So I was out there doing what I was doing, and just trying to have sex with as many as I could in college, and like a lot of men do. I'm not justifying it. I'm just telling you the facts. Met my wife, and I was dating 2 or 3 women at the time. We weren't serious at the time. We ended up getting serious, but I was seeing 2 or 3. I lied, didn't tell anybody about it, didn't tell her, she didn't know. So anyway, I decided, long story short, I just did a video about this. What made me change was this. One day, my wife called me up for a meeting. She's like, she wanted to talk to me. And then she said, she came over and she said, listen, she said, if you're not going to marry me, she said, I've been with you all this time. I've shown you that I'm worthy. She said, I'm done. I can't grow anymore in this relationship. So me, with my ego, I was like, go ahead. I don't care. That's what I said. I don't care. We talked about this last night. So day 1, she left. Day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5. By day 6, I really thought she would call me by day 2. But I did, because we had been down this road before. But she said I had finally arrived at the place where I loved myself more than I loved you. And I called her up on day 7 and I said, can we meet? And I told her, I said, I thought about it. And the one thing that happened is I saw my life without her in it. See, before I had never seen my life without her in it. I had never experienced my life. I had never experienced anything like that because she was always there. And I realized that in my future, I wanted her in my life. And so I said, you know what? I want to commit to you and only you. And that was the change in the trajectory. Because here's the thing. I put up this video today on YouTube. I said, a man must fear losing you, or he will never truly value you. And so the thought of me losing her was greater than the thought of me staying the same and doing what I was doing. And that essentially changed my life. But a lot of women aren't willing to walk away. They're not willing to walk away. And she told me that last night, she said that was the hardest thing she ever had to do. But that was the thing that was necessary for her growth.
Wow.
And my growth.
I Man, so glad you took a moment and shared that story with us. That a pivotal changing point in Coach Ken's relationship. And thank you, Karen, for taking that stance of giving that 6-day reprieve where he had to start begging. You know, you're like, I gotta get my wife back, right? And ultimately became his wife.
But that was the first time I had seen her as a wife.
Wow.
First time was when I actually saw my life without her. I began to think about my life with her.
That's so good. So good. That's
And
excellent.
that was what happened.
All right, everybody. Listen, we're talking with Coach Ken Canyon. Put his contact information up again, Mackenzie, for me backstage. I want you all to stay connected with Coach Ken Canyon. He knows what he's talking about. He's helped a lot of couples find each other. He does these like speed networking things where they dating and all of that stuff. Some good stuff be happening. So anyway, CoachKenCanyon.com, CoachKenCanyon.com. You can email him at kencanyon@gmail.com, and definitely go join his Facebook group, Love Lust Live.
And they can also